Hey. Well, I know it's late. I know it's late, and I really couldn't sleep. You know, this week has been a very hard week. It's been a tough week, and I couldn't sleep, so I had to get up and go live. I couldn't sleep, and man, this thing we call Freemasonry. And I began to look back over my time in Freemasonry. I've come across some great people. I mean, literally great people. I mean, great Freemasons. I mean, not those you would hear about as far as in the world, as far as celebrity wise. Not those Freemasons. What's up, peace, brother? I'm talking about, that Freemason in your lodge, the one you can call up and say, hey, I'm going through a hard time. That guy that answers the phone anytime. Man, I'm talking about that guy. That Freemason, the one you call up, I need some gas money. Can you help me out? I'm low this weekend. I need some help. That's the Freemason. When I say we are great, I'm talking about those Freemasons. I'm not talking about those Freemasons like the President of the United States and the congressmen and the senators. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about we are great because of who we are to each other. Hear me clearly. I'm talking about we are great because of who we are to each other. Man, and I think about my past Grand Master, Michael P. McCulley. A young guy. 48, 49, he's gone. Gone. I won't see him tomorrow. I can't call him up. I can't say, bro, how you doing? I can't do that anymore. But for some odd reason, we keep looking at each other differently because of who we are. What Grand Lodge you're a part of. Bruh, we missing the big picture. We missing it. I don't quite get it. I'm gonna give myself some more light. I don't quite get it, but we missing the big picture. I'm really, man, this is my second video. Wow, I feel like crying, dude. I feel like just like bawling right now. This shit is like crazy, man. Let me tell you. Grandmaster Floyd, Grandmaster Bowtie. I don't know how many of you know Grandmaster Bowtie, but that brother right there, I appreciate him. I really appreciate Grandmaster Bowtie. Out of Florida. I call him Bowtie because I knew him by Bowtie. He sells, he got the little Bowtie thing going. And I bought he gave me one. I bought like three. I have three. I have a Royal Lodge. I have a Master Mason. I have a couple other black and white one. This video, man, is just really just to say, what? Somewhere along the line, we got to really start holding up to what we say we are. If you say Freemasonry is great and you are a part of Freemasonry, then you got to be great. You can't be doing some unshady shit. Ooh, I apologize. You can't be doing the shady thing when you say Freemasons are great, but yet you shady. Yeah, we all got our issues. That's fine. But what I'm saying is that you can't be doing the underlying stuff and saying you okay with some stuff, but you backbiting on the other end. You can't do that. Look, if you mad with John, and John is a friend of mine, and he once was a friend of yours, I don't have a reason for being mad with John. I don't. However, if I know that John did you wrong, and he's my friend, I'm going to watch John. I'm going to watch him, because if he did you like that, imagine what he would do to me. But I'm going to tell you, Masonry as an organization, Masonry for what it is, Masonry for its philosophy is great. I'm going to show you. You see this shirt I got on? I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to show you this shirt right here. This shirt I got on. It says it all. See this shirt? One of my lodge brothers made this shirt for me. He gave me this shirt, you know. And I was like, wow, this is for me, bro? He said, yeah, that's for you, man. Because what we tend to do, we tend to forget about those individuals in our lodge that makes the lodge. When I say make the lodge, they're at every meeting, every social function. You want to go somewhere, they're down for going. They got gas money. They're supporting you in whatever you do. Those are some great brothers. You call them up, they coming. They catching a bus to get where you're at. They're on their way. You know, sometimes what happens is that we tend to disregard them. We tend to look past them, you know, because they're there. But let me tell you, let's not do that. Let's not do that to each other, because in every Masonic lodge, in every chapter, there are some great people in that chapter. There are some great people in that lodge. We got to stop doing that. I'm just saying that because in Freemasonry, in the Order of the Eastern Star, we have to realize that if we're going to follow those tenets, if we're going to get involved, if we're going to do those things that we say we're going to do as a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, as a member of the craft, we got to be straight up. We can't be playing with it. And a lot of times we play with it. You know why? Because my boy got initiated, I want to get initiated. My girl got initiated, I want to get initiated. No. No. It's of your own free will and accord. You become recommended and well qualified. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I know it's late, man, but damn. Can't sleep. I'm up. You know, it's a lot going on. And this is the way I get it out. Now, and I share this because we all go through things in life. But what happens is when we want to share what we're going through, other people want to look the other way. They do, you know. They don't want to hear it, you know. I'm not that guy. Even a thug need a hug. You know, the fact of the matter is that if we are going to live up to what we say we are a part of, then we have to be dedicated to it. When people or members of whoever, when they come knocking on the door and they wanted to join, you know, we have to be upfront with them about what the organization is all about. We can't be all over the map. We can't do that. We can't do it. That's what makes this organization a great organization. Because of you. You make the organization a great organization, because let me tell you, you may be the only Mason, you may be the only Eastern Star the person sees. But if you foul, they ain't gonna want to join. Good evening, bro. Good evening. They're not gonna want to join if you out doing your shit, tearing up the town, and they looking at you, and you're supposed to be part of this organization. They're not gonna want to join. So my message this evening, my lecture this evening, my comment this evening is that we are great. We have to stop giving away our greatness. We do. We have to stop just because we are such a creative people. We just give it away. We create things and we just toss it away. We got to stop tossing our pearls to the swine. We got to just stop giving away that which we create. And I say that in the aspect of looking at Freemasonry. Not that my beliefs of Freemasonry being derived from Africa, but it's the mere fact of who we are here in these United States. And when I say that, I'm looking at, okay, so we as a people, we come up with ideas and great inventions, and we just give it away. See, check this out. Everything we do, we include people. Civil rights, we included everybody. Whatever we do as a people, we include people. But whatever everyone else's does, they don't include us. This is where I get upset. This is what I see happening. This is what turns me. I'm like, wow, really. So when I look at Freemasonry, I look at it as a collective body of men. And when I say men, I'm talking about, I don't care what your creed, your color, your race is, none of that. I'm saying men. And when you have something that you believe in, your faith being founded in God, okay? You put your faith in God. If you put your faith in God, then you're not necessarily going to do something to hurt the next person. You're not going to do it. If you tell me I believe in God and all of that, you giving me that rundown, you're not necessarily going to cause that person any harm. But what happens is a lot of us cause a lot of people a lot of harm, and they're turned off from Freemasonry. They're turned off from the Order of the Eastern Star. We can be as great as we want to be, but we turn people off because of what we do and how we act, be it in public or be it on Facebook in the various groups. And my thing is, we are great because that's what we are. We are great. Think about it. Think about the things that we have invented as a people. And think about all the Masons in your lodge, those great ones. You know who they are. I need not to call their names because I have some names in my own lodge. They were great people because we naturally recognize the connection to all things. That's great, bro. We do. But on top of that, when I look at the Masonic Lodge and those brothers who have gone before me, I stand on their shoulders. We all standing on somebody's shoulders. You didn't get anywhere by yourself. Let's be real. You didn't get anything by yourself. You didn't accomplish nothing by yourself. It was all because of somebody saw something in you. Where you're at. Check your circle. If your circle is not concerned with you being successful, then you are in the wrong circle. If your circle is concerned with you being successful, you're in the right circle because they want to see you come up. If you're a part of a group or organization or church, whatever, if they're not concerned about your success as a person, as an individual, then they're not concerned with you. And I can say that because the lodge that I'm in right now, I've been in this lodge 30 years. And I can say for those who I've met, who have come through, they were concerned about my success. Because I had the opportunity of meeting the original members of my lodge, which was a complete honor, I can say that they was concerned about my success. That's the greatness of who we are. That's the greatness of Freemasonry. That's the greatness of anyone who wants to join this fraternity, this fraternal order of Freemasons, the Eastern Stars. Anyone who wants to become a part of this is concerned about the next person. If you're not, then you need not to be a part of it. I hear all the stories about Freemasonry. I hear all the stories about devil worshiping and you're this and you're that. I hear all of that. They're drinking blood from the skulls. I hear all of that. Until you have been initiated yourself, past yourself, raise yourself until you have gone through the process yourself. If you are an individual who have never been involved with Freemasonry, you're listening to this video, until you have experienced Freemasonry, the experience is what counts. The initiation, the passing, the raising is what counts. You know, the uniqueness of it all. But hey, you know what? That's on you. That's on you. Think about that. Some of us are in this thing for the wrong reason. And it's not to see me be successful or your brother be successful. Because if you look at some of the comments that some of the brothers leave, be it especially my PHA brothers, my Prince Hall brothers. Look, Rock 101, you know who I'm talking about. He said it would never happen. You know, he said, Brother Hawkins, I don't know why you keep reaching out to Prince Hall. I'm going to tell you, Rock 101, I love you. And it's not that I keep reaching out to him because I'm 100% unapologetic. Let's have an understanding about that. It's the mere fact that I want them to realize no matter what they say or what they do, we're not going nowhere. We're here. They might as well deal with the fact that we're here. You could put us on a page and say we're bogus to the moon, but we're here. We're not going nowhere. You're going to have to deal with us. Because let me tell you, when I'm gone, there's another one coming behind me. So we're going to have to deal with each other one way or the other. That's what makes us great. And some of you probably saying, what the hell is he talking about? I'm talking about the greatness of the black man. I'm talking about the greatness of the black woman. I can take that and put it all together in the Eastern Star and the Freemasons. Because if it wasn't so, why did it take so long for mainstream Grand Lodges to say it was okay? Why did it take so long for the Grand Lodge of England to say, okay, Prince Hall? Why? They considered you clandestine. They considered you irregular. But you were so persistent on being recognized by them, and you pushed it so hard till they just said, well, fuck it. Yeah, okay, all right, whatever. But what you fail to realize is that, you see, you look like me. Right? I'm just saying. My sisters and brothers, you know. So when you go out in the community and you do something crazy, they're not saying Prince Hall did it. They're not saying Ancient Free did it, Modern Free International. They're saying that Mason did it. So however you look at it, we're going to have to deal with each other. But the greatness of who we are, we have to realize that. And some of us hadn't realized how great we are because we're too busy tearing each other down. We don't take the tenets of Freemasonry and apply it. We don't take that and look at it and say, this applies to me. I am my brother keeper. I am my sister's keeper. You know, I'm going to watch out for you. I don't care whether you're international, modern, free, PHO, PHA. I'm going to look out for you because you took an oath. No, maybe your oath was a little different, but you took an oath unto Freemasonry before God. Right? You don't want me to repeat that, do you? Because there was 3 that you took. The first one made you a Mason. Right? The first one double tied you. The third one triple tied you. I'm just saying. So when you look at this thing, we're connected. But some of us are so hell-bent on being somewhere else till you forget. See, when you leave from your, let's say for instance, you are an African American. You are a brother of the, you look like me. You look like me. Hear me clearly. And you are a part of mainstream Grand Lodge. Do they come to your house for dinner? Are they concerned with your community? Are they looking out for your well-being? I'm just asking a question. You can hit me. You can comment on what I'm saying right now. And I'm just saying. So you're a brother of African American descent, and you are part of mainstream Grand Lodge, I don't care where you're at, are they asking to come to your house, your community, and what's going on? Or are you just a member because you feel that you are recognized now? I'm just saying, I go where I'm welcome and appreciated. See, for a long time, what happens is, if Mr. Johnson if Mr. Johnson don't agree and say your water is colder than Bob's water, then your water is not colder than Bob's water. We have to change that mentality. You know, I was talking with my brother earlier today, and the discussion was deep. You know, I mean, we do a lot of stuff to ourselves and then wonder why. I'm not wondering why, because I know who the enemy is. The fact of the matter is some of you guys join the enemy, and then you look at me. Well, you can't come visit my lodge. Well, I don't have an issue with that. I follow the ancient customs of Freemasonry. I follow the tenets of Freemasonry. Some of us tend to forget what they are. Brotherly love, relief, and truth. That's the motto. The fatherhood of God, right? The brotherhood of man, right? Do you catch any of that? But yet we want to, I don't care if you're black, you're white, you're Filipino or Mexican. Some of us tend to want to dive in and lift ourselves up while stepping on somebody else. I don't get that. I don't need you to look good. I don't need to stand on your back so I can elevate myself. I don't. Now some do. See, this is what happens. Check this out. So, the General Grand Master of Congress, the president, those who are elected, the Grand Masters, whatever, I'm talking about those who are in an elected position of authority. They have the power, per se, to make changes to benefit the organization. But you know the reason they don't do it? Because it benefits them. The reason leadership doesn't change anything because it benefits them. If Prince Hall Masons, period, I'm talking about across the board blanket, I'm talking about all of them, if they really respected their other counterparts, non-Prince Hall brothers that look like them, then their leadership would be actively involved in saying, you know what, we got to squash this. This is getting out of hand. We need to respect each other. That is what the leadership would say. That is what the Grand Masters of their jurisdiction will be saying. But you don't hear that. You don't see that. And this is what you get. We don't get the greatness. This video is about our greatness. Our greatness is coming together. Our greatness is appreciating each other. Our greatness is uplifting each other. That's our greatness. But what you get is bullshit. Wow, man, I don't mean to use all that. But that's what you get because you know what? We don't appreciate each other's greatness. When you look at Freemasonry, the allegories, the working tools, and what they represent and how they're supposed to uplift the individual, that's when you're supposed to appreciate the next brother. When you take that trowel and you spread the cement of brotherly love, that's what we're supposed to be like galvanized. That's what we're supposed to be like really getting into. But for some reason or another, leadership, be it on all levels, in all jurisdictions, for some odd reason, they don't want to see us work together. I'm going to tell you this. So I have an idea, or I had an idea. We're having our Shriners Dinner in November here in San Diego, California. All nobles are welcome because we're still going to be celebrating the 125-year anniversary of John G. Jones and the ancient Arabic order nobles of Mr. Shrine. I suggested to my temple that we recognize another noble from another temple. I did. that noble would be coming from the ancient Egypt Arabic order or the nobles of the Minstrel Shrine. They was like, you have lost your mind. Why would you want to recognize somebody from another temple? Well, don't they claim that John G. Jones is their founder? That's what they say. So what I was trying to do is just simply say, look, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that you appreciate John G. Jones for the shrine, for the Shriners, and then you hate him as a you dislike him as a Mason. You can't do that. That's not rationally thinking. You're not doing no good, man. Come on now. You have to look at this opportunity, seeing that we are some great people. There are some great Masons in your lodge. Those who have come and gone, those who have left legacy, those who have left the lodge monies. There is some great Masons in your lodge. And all I'm saying to you is to appreciate those brothers in your lodge. Appreciate them. You got some older brothers in your lodge. They're 90, 80, 70 years old. I'll throw a 60-year-old brother in there. Appreciate them. Let them know how much you appreciate their works and their continuous efforts not to let the organization die because they're so dedicated to it. That's what we have to grab hold to. That's what we have to look at. You got a member in your jurisdiction who's been there 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Appreciate that, brother. That's the greatness in us. And that's what we have to bring out of each other. I have to bring the greatness out of you, brother, sister. You have to bring the greatness out of me. That's what we have to do. But if all you ever do is criticize, if all you ever do is call somebody clandestine, if all you ever do is try to put your foot on somebody's neck, if that's all you ever do, you're not my brother, nor are you my sister. Because you're not trying to raise me up. You're trying to hold me down. I don't care what jurisdiction you're in or where you at. That's what we need to be doing. We need to take out that Lester and read it. We need to take out that Duncans and read it. We need to take out that Prince Hall ritual and read it. And let me tell you, I got I got 3 Prince Hall rituals. I do. I got a couple of Duncans. I got Lester Look to the East. I have my own Grand Lodge rituals and many other rituals. You've heard me say it before. There's really no difference in the doggone rituals. There's not. So you can't come and hook-wink me and tell me, oh, well, we do things differently. No, bruh, I got your ritual. Unless you write your own ritual, and some of you do, but it's really the same. It really is. You know, the only ritual that I found was differently is the Grand Lodge of North America. Their ritual and the way they do things is definitely different than what we do. It's definitely different because I visit them and I know their works. I've seen it. It's written in a whole nother language and it's different from anything I've ever experienced or seen. So I can say that about them. The Grand Lodge of North America, my Hispanic brothers, I've seen their rituals. I've been in their lodge and it's different from what we do here in America. And I say to any of you, if you have a passport, leave the United States and go visit other jurisdictions. If your Grand Lodge has that tie, if your Grand Lodge has that amity with foreign Grand Lodges, you can do that. Do it. And I guarantee you the experience is totally different than anything you would have here in the United States. It will be. And we need to look at that. If you call yourself a Mason, you need to travel. Get outside your own jurisdiction. Stop just going to your 3, 4, 5, 6 lodges in your own state, your own jurisdiction, your own round the way. Leave, go. You know, that's what I do. That's what I tell my brothers today. Leave. Just don't go visit your own jurisdiction. Go outside your jurisdiction. and visit other lodges and see. Because it's a beautiful thing. What happens is most of us are afraid. You know why we're afraid? Because we don't know our own greatness. And we don't know who we are. And we're afraid because somebody may say something we don't know the answer to. Don't be afraid. Look, nothing beats a failure but a person who puts forth the effort to try. Successful people have failed at many things, but they keep going at it again and again. That's how they become successful. So I'm telling you, my brother who wish to travel, get outside your jurisdiction. Now, the East Coast, you brothers are tight. And when I say tight, I'm talking about how close your states are. On the West Coast, you can drive from Southern California, San Diego, all the way up towards Oregon, all the way up towards the Bay Area. That's like almost a 26-hour drive from Southern California to Northern California, all the way up to the top. It's like driving from California to Alabama damn near. So it's a little different on the West Coast. West Coast Masonry is a little different. But the East Coast brothers, I'm telling you, man, go travel. Leave your jurisdiction and visit other jurisdictions. Even on the West Coast. Leave your jurisdiction and go visit other jurisdictions. Don't just settle for where you're at. Just don't say, well, this is it. No, it's not it, man. Masonry is big. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's great. You as a Mason, you're a great person, man. This is all about being great. This video, I want to uplift you. I want to get you involved. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you and your phone calls, man. This is what it's all about. I'm just saying, take Masonry and make it work. Travel in foreign country, receive master wages as such. Do that. Don't just sit idle by and say, well, second Friday, I'm going to my lodge meeting. The fourth Friday, I'm going. The third Thursday. No. This week, we're going to go visit Marietta Lodge number 143. You know, we as a lodge is not going to hold our lodge meeting. We're just going to all go together and visit another lodge. Do that. Don't be afraid to go outside your boundaries. You know, how wide is the lodge? From east to west. How deep from the earth to the center? Come on, brothers. We got to look at this thing from a whole nother perspective. See, the same thing we used to do in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s. Look, this internet thing has made Masonry, made it small. You know, it made it small. And that's what we got to look at. So look, it's almost 12 o'clock on the West Coast side, man. And, you know, if I've given you anything, if I said anything to you to uplift you tonight, I don't want you to quit on Freemasonry. I want you to see the greatness of the fraternal order. I want to see the greatness in you. Because somebody's watching you and they're saying, damn, that's a Mason right there. I want to be like that. You know? And that's what we have to take. We have to take all of that and apply it. Because somebody is watching you. Somebody see this. When they see this, you see this? When they see that, they be like, oh man, that's deep. I like that. And that opens up the door for a conversation. And then, oh, you a Mason? Yeah. Oh man, Illuminati, no, bro. Then you have to break that thing down to them. See, a lot of times some of us can't break it down because we haven't applied ourselves. You know that thing about being an EA? You know what you're supposed to do as an intern apprentice? You know what you're supposed to do as a fellow craft, and then take all of that as a master mason and bring it all home? Some of us don't do that. Some of us don't apply our mind with useful knowledge. And then some of us don't take that useful knowledge and then apply that so you can reflect as a master mason and say, hey, you know what? I got it now. We don't do that. I'm just saying. So look, before I get off tonight, before I sign off, you know, if you got something you need to say, you want to post something, go ahead, Q&A me real quick, like, before I get out of here, man. And I appreciate you. If you're up watching this video, you know, you want to hit me up, go right ahead, and I'll definitely hit you back. But this video is all about the greatness in us. That's why I got this shirt on, and I wore it a few times. But this shirt is all about the greatness. There's Africa right there. That has all the countries in Africa. You know, this is about the greatness of who we are. Oh, congratulations, Jonathan. You just got raised, bro. Welcome, welcome, man. Welcome. Hey, ain't nothing like it, man. I just hope that you enjoyed your raising, and they did right by you. You know, they did right. Some good books. Hey, come back with that. What you just say? Brother, okay. Some good books. What do you want to know about some good books, bro? Brother Finley, what do you want to know about some good books? Or is that Princess Finley? What do you want to know? And then I can tell you about some good books I got. And maybe you can find those same books. But definitely, you know, now is not the time. If you, I know some brothers who are considering leaving Freemasonry because of some of the hurt that came their way from other Masons. I'm encouraging you, don't do it, because we need brothers like you. We need sisters like you to stay on board and to make this fraternal order what it should be. A great organization built to help good man become better man. Built to help sisters become better sisters. This fraternal order needs people like that. And when you get hurt and get discouraged, it hurts everybody. I don't want you to leave. I don't care what jurisdiction you're in. I don't want you to leave. I wanna hold you up. I wanna build you up. I wanna say, because of you, I'm great. You know, because of I stand on your back because of the work you're doing. And I want to emulate that. I don't care what organization you're a part of. But I'm not going to sit idly by because I'm saying that we should respect each other. Allow you to disrespect another brother. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. You know, I'm not going to say, okay, you know what, we should all respect each other. But then I read a post about you just you're not recognized because... No, I'm not going to do that. That's not me. You must understand, I'm 100% unapologetic about being a part of the ancient, free, and accepted Masons. And you should be 100% jurisdiction you in. The difference is that here we respect all Freemasons. And we say that publicly. That's the difference. So when people say, what's the difference between your organization and other organizations? We respect them. That's the difference. Books about rules and regulations. What about Masons should know? Well, let me tell you. I would suggest rules and regulations. Hold on. Just a second, bro. Hold on just a second. I'll be with you in just a second. Had to go pull some books off the shelf. But I'm going to tell you. So this is the standard monitor. This is the standard monitor. I would suggest that you get one of these. I would suggest that if you are a Worshipful Master or a Master Mason, get a standard monitor. That's one book. Here's a book. It's called The Facts of Freemasonry. I would get this. Then I would definitely make sure in my library I will have the Worshipful Master Assistance. Now, you don't have to be a Worshipful Master just to enjoy this book, but get this book anyway. Because if you are a member of the Masonic Lodge, your goal should be one day to become Worshipful Master. I'm just saying. You shouldn't be that brother who just want to sit on the sideline. You shouldn't. Oh yeah, get your brothers on board, bro. Get them on board. But definitely, these 3 books right here, like I said, this is the Standard Monitor, Facts on Freemasonry, and this is the McCoy's Worshipful Master's Assistance. I would get this book even if I wasn't a Worshipful Master. I get it. If you are in the Masonic line, you're going to need that book. Get it. Get the books to help you to start developing yourself as a Mason, you know. And if you're Eastern Star, I always tell them to get make sure they have their OES ritual, and this is the #1 book for me as an Eastern Star. I've showed this book a lot of time to the Order of the Eastern Star, my sisters. This is the #1 book for me. It's called The Eastern Star, Evolution to a Right and Order. This just breaks down everything. And then there's another Eastern Star book called Signs and Symbols. I like that book. Order of the Eastern Star, there's a book called Signs and Symbols. You got to get that. And then here's another book that deals with the Freemason. This book is called The Design Upon the Trestle Board. This is another great book. If you are a Master Mason, this is another great book you should have. It's called Design Upon the Trestle Board. Man, it's deep. I mean, it gets deep, you know, and you should definitely. Oh wow. I found a card in here from Brother Lafayette Carroll. He was a member of my lodge. Wow, he's gone, but he won't be forgotten. Oh, wow, that's deep. This book here is How to Improve Your Memory as far as mate. This book is deep. You know, I'm going to have to actually go back through this book. Wow. Man, masonry is deep. Shit. Let's just keep it real. You know, but if you don't apply none of that, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So look, I know it's late. I've been on here almost 40 some odd minutes. And I hope whatever you get out of this is to understand that you are great. You are. And I want you to know that. I want you to hear from me. If you are a Worshipful Master, a Junior Warden, Senior Warden, or just a Master Mason in your lodge, and you guys are really just trying to hold that team together, if you got 50 people in your lodge and only 10 show up for a meeting, if you only got 10 in your lodge and 5 show up, do the work. Don't just settle and say, well, you know what, brothers, they just ain't coming out tonight. No! Do the work. Open your lodge, close your lodge, give a lecture, do all of it. Do it as if you got 100 members there. Don't stop. Practice makes perfect. So when you get a chance to interact and to have more members there, man, it'd be like clockwork. You'll be like, pop, 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 pop. And them brothers will be like, wow, they deep. They really got this thing on lock. That's because you didn't give up. Don't give up on your lodge. Don't give up on your chapter. Don't do that to yourself. You have spent your time, your energy, and your money, and you want to see this thing grow and become great. Don't give up. don't give up. Don't give up on Freemasonry, because there's some great brothers and some great sisters out there who are really putting in the work to see this whole organization as we know it become a better organization, you know? So look, I'm going to get ready to go because I got to get up in the morning. It's almost 12 o'clock on the West Coast side. And I just want to say, I don't usually say this. I just want you to keep me in your prayers, bro. Let me tell you why. You know, some of you may have heard that recently my past Grand Master passed away, and he was a young cat. And then I just learned today that a good friend of mine I used to play ball with passed away. I'm like, God, you know, my mom used to say, you know, when you get older, you know more people dead than alive. I was like, oh my God, why would a person say that? Because it really happens. The older you get, you begin to realize that you know more people dead than alive. I'm just saying. But anyway, hey, as I get ready to sign off, as always, brothers, sisters of the order, you know what? Keep pushing the envelope. Grow your organization and watch it become a better organization with your help. And if you ever feel that you are like just not feeling it, you know, reach out. Hit me up. Hit me up. You know what? I want to encourage you as you encourage me to help make this organization a great organization, because you know what? You are great. And hey, as always, stay out them bushes and keep that light on. I'm out. Peace and be well.